The ancient Egyptians were some of the greatest storytellers in history, and they crafted a world filled with powerful gods, incredible monsters, and epic adventures to explain the mysteries of life, death, and everything in between. These weren't just simple bedtime stories. These myths were the very foundation of their civilization, a civilization that built pyramids so massive they seemed to touch the heavens themselves. They created a belief system that lasted for thousands of years. So, let's unlock the secrets of Egyptian mythology. Forget everything you think you know from movies or comic books. The real stories are far more fascinating, more complex, and honestly, a lot more fun. We're going to meet the gods who ruled over the living and the dead, and discover the epic tales of jealousy, love, and revenge that they starred in. This journey will take us down the winding Nile River, the lifeblood of Egypt, which the ancients saw as a mirror of the cosmos itself. We'll uncover the beliefs that guided every aspect of daily life, from the farmer planting his crops to the pharaoh ruling as a living god on earth. It's a story written in stone, painted on tomb walls, and whispered on papyrus scrolls. These stories have captivated people for millennia for a good reason. They speak to something deep within all of us, our curiosity, our search for meaning, and our love for a truly great adventure.
Things you only talk about at the back of the cave.
Meet Ra, the mighty Sun King of ancient Egypt. He created himself, then everything else, and sailed the sky each day in his solar boat, bringing light and life. At night, Ra battled darkness and chaos, fighting the serpent Apep to ensure the sun would rise again. For Egyptians, Ra was the ultimate symbol of creation, order, and hope, proof that after every dark night, the light always returns. Now, let's get into some family drama. Meet Osiris, the original green-skinned god. He was a legendary king who brought civilization to the people of Egypt. He taught them farming, law, and how to worship the gods properly. Osiris represented order, stability, and the life-giving power of the Nile's fertile black soil. He was a beloved ruler, and under his gentle guidance, Egypt became a paradise. He was married to his sister, the brilliant and powerful goddess Isis. Together, they were the ultimate power couple, ruling with wisdom and compassion, and the people adored them for it. Their story is one of the most important in all of Egyptian mythology. Isis wasn't just a queen, she was a master of magic, perhaps the most powerful sorceress of all. Her name means throne, and she was seen as the mother of the pharaohs, the one who gave them their divine right to rule. She was a fiercely protective mother and a devoted wife, embodying the virtues of love, loyalty, and motherhood. Isis was a goddess for everyone, from the queen in her palace to the common woman in her home. People would call on her for protection, for healing, and for help with all matters of magic. She was clever, resourceful, and you definitely wanted her on your side in a fight. Their perfect world, however, was shattered by jealousy. We'll get to know the villain of this story, their brother Set, a little later. But in short, Set grew envious of Osiris's power and popularity. This envy festered into a dark plot that would change the divine world forever. The tale of Osiris's tragic death and Isis's desperate quest to bring him back is a heart-wrenching story of love, loss, and incredible devotion. It's a foundational myth that explains so much about Egyptian beliefs, especially their obsession with death and the promise of an afterlife. It's a love story that literally transcends death itself. The legacy of Osiris and Isis is absolutely monumental. Osiris ultimately becomes the king of the underworld, the merciful judge of the dead who offers every soul the chance at eternal life. His story of death and resurrection became the blueprint for the Egyptian funerary beliefs. Isis, through her unwavering determination and powerful magic, becomes the ultimate symbol of hope and rebirth. She's the magical healer who can overcome even death. Their story gave every Egyptian hope that they too, like Osiris, could be reborn into a beautiful and everlasting paradise after their time on Earth was over. The epic rivalry of Horus and Set defined the struggle between order and chaos in ancient Egypt. Horus, falcon-headed god and rightful heir, battled his uncle Set, the wild god of storms and deserts. Their contests, ranging from brutal battles to magical duels, lasted 80 years. In the end, Horus triumphed, uniting Egypt, but Set's chaotic force remained, a reminder that order and chaos are forever intertwined. When your journey on Earth ended, your dealings with the gods were just beginning. Anubis, with his black jackal head, guided souls through the underworld and watched over the dead. In the Hall of Judgment, Anubis weighed the heart against the feather of Maat. Beside him stood Thoth, the wise scribe god with the head of an ibis. Thoth recorded the verdict, ensuring justice was done and remembered for eternity. Before the pyramids, before the pharaohs, there was only darkness and endless water. Nu, the primordial chaos. From these waters, the first mound of earth, Benben, rose and Atum appeared. Alone, the self-made god, he created Shu, god of air, and Tefnut, goddess of moisture. Their children Geb the earth and Nut the sky were separated by Shu, creating the world. From their union came Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys, beginning Egypt's greatest myth. As we know, Osiris was the beloved king of Egypt, ruling alongside his sister wife, the magical Isis. Under his reign, humanity flourished. He was the picture of a perfect ruler, just, kind, and respected by all. But this golden age had a dark cloud brewing on the horizon, and that cloud's name was Set. Set, their brother, was the god of the harsh desert, of violent storms, and of chaos. He looked at the lush green kingdom his brother had built and was consumed by a bitter jealousy. He couldn't stand seeing Osiris so adored while he was relegated to the barren wastelands. So, Set hatched a truly diabolical plan. Set decided to throw the party of the century, a lavish banquet in his brother's honor. He invited all the gods and goddesses, and the wine flowed freely. The main event of the evening was a beautiful, ornate chest, a sarcophagus that Set had secretly made to Osiris's exact measurements. He announced a fun little party game. Whoever could fit perfectly inside the magnificent chest could keep it as a prize. One by one, the gods tried to squeeze in, but of course, it was too big for some and too small for others. Everyone laughed as they failed to fit. Then, it was Osiris's turn. Unsuspecting and good-natured, he stepped into the chest. It was a perfect fit, like it was made just for him. As he lay there smiling, Set's true intentions were revealed. He and his co-conspirators slammed the heavy lid shut, sealing Osiris inside his beautiful prison. Before anyone could react, they hammered it shut with nails and poured molten lead over the seams to make sure it was airtight. This beautiful gift was, in fact, a coffin. The happy celebration had turned into a horrifying scene of betrayal. A brother turning against a brother in the most brutal way imaginable. With Osiris trapped inside, Set and his followers dragged the chest out of the hall and heaved it into the Nile River. The current carried the divine sarcophagus out to the Great Green, the Mediterranean Sea, where it drifted away, lost to the world. Set immediately declared himself the new king of Egypt. His reign of chaos, beginning with the murder of his own brother. The Golden Age was over. The land mourned, the gods were in shock, and the world was thrown into disarray. But Set had underestimated one crucial person. Osiris's wife, the goddess of magic Isis. She would not let this stand. When Isis learned of Osiris's murder, her grief turned to resolve. Disguised, she searched the world for his body, driven by love and devotion. In Byblos, she found Osiris encased in a tamarisk tree. Using her magic, Isis restored him briefly to life and conceived Horus, the future avenger. Even after Set's destruction, Isis and her sister searched Egypt, ensuring Osiris's legacy lived on in temples across the land. Once Horus, the son of Isis and Osiris, came of age, He was ready to fulfill his destiny. He strode into the court of the gods, which was being presided over by Ra himself, and boldly challenged his uncle Set for the throne. He declared that he was the rightful heir, as the son of the previous king, Osiris. Set, the powerful god of chaos who had been ruling for decades, just laughed. He argued that he was the stronger and more capable ruler, and that Horus was just a weak, inexperienced boy. The other gods were divided, and so began a series of contests to determine the true king. This was not a simple legal battle. It was a long and brutal war that lasted for 80 years. The contests were a mix of physical challenges, magical duels, and outright dirty tricks. In one famous episode, they had a boat race. Horus, being clever, built his boat out of pine wood but painted it to look like stone. Set, relying on brute force, built his boat out of a huge slab of solid stone, which of course, sank immediately. Furious at being tricked, Set transformed into a hippopotamus and attacked Horus's boat, churning the waters into a chaotic mess. The battles were relentless and vicious. The conflict reached its most violent point in a physical battle where Set managed to tear out one of Horus's eyes. He ripped the eye into 6 pieces and discarded it. This eye was later magically healed and reassembled by the wise god Thoth, becoming the powerful symbol known as the Udjat, or the Eye of Horus, a famous emblem of protection, healing, and restoration. Horus, in turn, managed to injure Set in a rather sensitive area, magically ensuring his dominance. The war was personal, brutal, and it pushed both gods to their absolute limits, shaking the very foundations of the cosmos. Finally, after 80 long years of bickering and battle, the gods had had enough of what's. Most of them sided with Horus, but Ra was still hesitant. It was a letter from the now wise and respected king of the underworld, Osiris himself, that sealed the deal. He demanded to know why his son had not been given his rightful throne, and threatened to unleash the demons of the underworld upon them all if justice was not served. That did the trick. Horus was crowned the undisputed king of Egypt, uniting the lands of Upper and Lower Egypt. Order was restored, and the line of rightful pharaohs was established for all time. After death, the soul journeyed through the underworld, guided by Anubis, to the Hall of Two Truths. There, Anubis weighed the heart against the feather of Ma'at, goddess of truth. If the heart was light, Osiris welcomed the soul to paradise. But if heavy with sin, Ammit, the devourer, would consume it, ending the soul forever. Ancient Egyptians used symbols as a visual language, each packed with deep meaning and power. The Ankh, shaped like a cross with a loop, symbolized life and the promise of eternity. The scarab beetle represented rebirth and transformation, inspired by nature and the daily journey of the sun. The Eye of Horus, restored after battle, became a sign of healing and protection, painted on coffins and boats for safety. The Djed pillar, Osiris's backbone, stood for stability and endurance. Raising it was a royal ritual for order. These symbols weren't just art, they were tools to channel divine power and ensure protection in life and death. Magic, or Heka, was the energy that powered the universe in ancient Egypt, used by gods and people alike. Isis, the greatest magician, wielded spells to heal, protect, and even resurrect, making her the ultimate source of magical power. Magic was practical. Priests used spells and amulets for healing, protection, and daily needs, blending medicine with ritual. Hieroglyphs themselves were magical. Writing something made it real, especially in tombs and temples. Everyday life was filled with magic, from banishing illness to ensuring a good harvest. The right words, tools, and rituals could shape reality. For Egyptians, magic was as real and essential as the Nile itself. The Egyptian soul was a complex being with many parts, each vital for immortality. The Ka was your life force, needing offerings to survive after death. The Ba, your personality, could travel between worlds but had to reunite with the Ka nightly to become the Ak, a glorified eternal spirit. The Ren, name, and Shiut, shadow, were also essential. As long as your name was remembered, you existed. Every part, body, Ka, Ba, Ak, Ren, Shiut, had to be preserved for a complete afterlife. Immortality depended on keeping all these pieces together, forever. Mummification was the Egyptians' answer to preserving the soul's home. Priests, guided by Anubis, removed organs, dried the body with natron and wrapped it in linen, tucking in protective amulets. The heart stayed, needed for judgment. Other organs went into canopic jars. The process transformed the body into an eternal vessel, ready for the afterlife. A painted mask ensured the Ba could recognize its home. The mummified body, sealed in a coffin, awaited its journey to a tomb built to last forever. For Egyptians, daily life was a living ritual. Mythology shaped every action, from baking bread to drawing water. Most worship happened at home, with family shrines and offerings to favorite gods for protection and luck. Magic and medicine worked together. Amulets and spells were as common as herbal remedies. Workers carried charms for safety. Dreams were messages from the gods, interpreted for guidance. Every sunrise was Ra's victory, every flood a blessing from the Nile. Life was a constant dialogue with the divine, with myths guiding every step. The gods were always present, shaping fate and fortune in every moment. If the home was for personal worship, the great temples were the official homes of the gods on Earth. These weren't just places to pray, they were cosmic engines, designed to maintain the universe's balance. Each temple was a microcosm of creation, the floor as earth, columns as plants, and the ceiling as the sky. At the heart, hidden in the sanctuary, stood the cult statue, believed to house the god's essence. Each day, priests performed rituals to energize the god, ensuring the sun would rise and order prevailed. Temples were also economic powerhouses, employing thousands and shaping Egyptian society. The temple was a cosmic engine guaranteeing the stability of Egypt and the universe. The Egyptian year was marked by great public festivals, joyous, wild celebrations where gods met the people. These festivals broke daily routine, uniting everyone in feasting, music, and dance. During the Opet festival, statues of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu traveled from Karnak to Luxor in grand procession. At the beautiful Feast of the Valley, families feasted at tombs, celebrating with their ancestors. These festivals reinforced Egypt's myths, honored the gods, and united the people in tradition and joy. At the heart of Egyptian life stood the pharaoh, a god on earth, not just a ruler. He was the living Horus, charged with maintaining Ma'at, truth, justice, and order. As the sole intermediary between gods and people, his every action kept chaos at bay. In death, he became Osiris, king of the underworld, ensuring the cycle of divine kingship. The pharaoh's role linked Egypt to the gods, guaranteeing cosmic order and the land's eternal prosperity. The stories and symbols of ancient Egypt didn't vanish, they echo through our world today. From secret societies to art and architecture, Egyptian motifs have inspired generations. Egyptomania swept the world, filling museums and homes with ancient symbols. Even today, echoes of Egyptian beliefs shape our spiritual ideas and stories of love, loss, and meaning. When you think of ancient Egypt and modern entertainment, what comes to mind? For many, it's the mummy, thanks to Hollywood's monster myths and the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. But Egyptian gods have also become superheroes and supervillains, like Marvel's Moon Knight and DC's Black Adam. Science fiction reimagines pyramids as alien landing pads, blending ancient myth with futuristic wonder. Egyptian mythology's legacy endures, making the gods of the Nile immortal in our pop culture. The myths of ancient Egypt are more than relics, they are a vibrant testament to humanity's search for meaning. These stories gave a nation its identity and resilience, captivating the world for millennia. In their cosmic drama, we see our own struggles, order and chaos, love and loss. Their greatest magic was finding the sacred in the everyday, leaving a legacy written in stone and stars. We have only just scratched the surface of this incredible world. Think of our journey today as just looking at the map. The real territory is vast and waiting for you to explore it. Every god we met has more stories, every symbol holds deeper meaning, and every myth has many versions. The world of Egyptian mythology is a treasure chamber, and we have only peeked through the keyhole. The best way to continue your expedition is to simply start looking. Don't let the journey end here. Go out and become your own explorer. The adventure has just begun.